Hey, what's up, friends? We're here for hamstrings and glutes. We've got three supersets here. This is obviously going to be set up in-home friendly. Feel free to take this workout to the gym with you. If you have a little bit more time, you do not have to superset. If you're going to the gym and you've got to take more time to get different equipment, all of that, okay? In home, we're going to work pretty quick. We're going to superset. It's going to look like the first superset is 4 sets. Everything else is 3 sets. We will have full range hip thrusts to kick things off. We're working with a rep range of 12 to 15. Then we will have stiff leg RDLs. So whether you want dumbbells, a barbell, the closer you can get your stance, the more you will focus on the hamstring portion of that exercise rather than the glutes. Then we will um, throw in some Bulgarians with our hamstring curls. I'm using a Swiss ball for hamstring curls, but you can use a light dumbbell lying on a bench or lying on a flat surface. Obviously, at the gym, you can use a seated hamstring curl, a lying hamstring curl, lots of different options there. And then we finish off with single leg kickbacks, alternating with a standing side glute raise with a plate or a dumbbell. So that is the final superset. Go ahead and get my music back up and running and we will get it going. So please show up warmed up, ready to go. Hip openers, inchworms, hamstring stretches, good mornings, maybe some adductors, waking up the glutes a little bit. All right. Okay, here we go, kicking it off with our hip thrust. 4 sets. Set number 1. Now the goal is to eventually get pretty close to muscle failure in one or both of these movements. This makes for a challenging position sometimes, but once I'm in the position, then it's a whole lot easier. I'm at 12. I'm going to go 3 more. Remember, in your position, you want to make sure we're rounding the shoulders a little bit forward. Trying to tuck that chin to chest. Avoid that fall back that we have a tendency to do. Lifting the head, the neck, opening yourself up to curve the spine and do more of like
a booty pop. See how my hips and everything become more independent from my low back? We want this tailbone tucked and operate in more of a straight line. You can actually hold your hands back here to make sure you're not creating any arch in the low back. And that can actually help you squeeze the glutes a little bit better and start to bring more awareness to the squeezing of the glutes and being in the appropriate position. If your heels are too far in, you're going to feel this more in the quads. If your heels are too far out, you're going to feel it more in the hamstrings. So that's where we want to get in that perfect, like fingertips to knees. Bring your heels to where your fingertips are and try to remain in that same position. Uh, 12 to 15 stiff leg RDLs. I'm at 12. I could probably stop, but I'm going to keep going. So good. Your pace is very important. So with that slow controlled tempo, you want to make sure when you do reach that peak hinge and you can't extend the hips any farther back, you want to either begin to pull the hips forward and squeezing the glutes at the top of the rep, or if you want to try to get a little deeper, if you've got a barbell, if you have a barbell, you'll have to bend at the knee and then come all the way back up. So if you're working more overall strength, traditional stiff leg deadlifts with a barbell, some people think you're not allowed to bend at the knee at all. No, after you get full extension, you will have to bend from the knees and then come all the way back up. So a barbell is more of an intermediate advanced level. Dumbbells, keep those dumbbells by your side if that helps elongate or create length in your hinge. If you're working on range of motion, that's a really great way to do that. Then you start practicing putting the dumbbells in front of the knees as if it were a barbell, and just make sure your movement path does not change. All right, set number 2 of 4. Awesome work. Two down, two to go. Quick sip of water. For some of y'all, it's hard to actually put in that structured rest time. But I'm telling you, this could also be the thing that allows you to do so much more. Allow yourself up to 2 minutes of recovery. Up to 2 minutes. That's a lot more than you think, or probably what you're currently giving yourself in terms of rest. Your recovery is just as important as the work itself. I could rest a little longer, but it does take me a minute to get in and out of here. So, now remember, think about your progressions, what you want to do across the next 2 sets, whether that looks like going heavier for fewer reps, or extending your reps, keeping the resistance the exact same. I think I'm going to stick with this weight, try to do as many reps as I can, and then assess my final sets. The hardest part is getting started. Last set, I think I'm going to go for that max out effort. Even if that looks like fewer reps, we're just going to go for it. Last rest, last set is coming. All right, this fourth and final set, let's get ready to give it everything you got. These are the only 2 compounds you're gonna see. Choose the one you'd like to go to failure with, and choose how you want to fail. Ugh. Remember, 12 to 15 rep range is not, it's not anything that you could go super, super, super heavy with and expect that 12 rep to feel easy. So I basically have to try to pull my heels as close as I can to my glutes without shimmying my butt, and do it with all of the resistance. So, there we go. Usually I have to start with that half rep. Oh, all right. All right. So we've got 8 to 10 reps for each Bulgarian. Bringing that Swiss ball or light dumbbell over for our 8 to 10 hamstring curls. This is going to be a tough superset. We've got 3 rounds. What you do, obviously, on one side of the Bulgarian, you have to do exactly on the other.
So if you go for 10, gotta do it again. Now, Bulgarians work really, really well if you almost treat it like a step up. Forward lean, if you want to make this a glute focused Bulgarian, and really focus on that push off the front heel. So that means almost like sitting back and really pushing forward. If you're feeling Bulgarians in more of the quads, you're gonna need that angle. You're gonna fix the angle, make it more of a forward lean, take out the back leg completely, in a sense. Everything you do from the sitting back into the movement to the push through, you're focusing on that working leg, taking the back leg and the pressure off completely. Even just talking through that just helped me so much in my form. Awesome. I'm almost positive I did one extra rep somewhere. Eight to 10 reps. Set one down, 2 more to go. Now, if you've struggled with Bulgarians, I want you to consider taking a lighter weight option or even body weight. Take a step back and really focus on those cues for this set. Because I guarantee if you're just a quad dominant person or you don't feel this as much in the hamstrings and the glutes, I'm gonna highly recommend whichever side you start, just almost pretend the back leg is doing nothing. The back leg is there for no reason at all. Forward lean, come down into it, push through like a step up. Do not lock out the knee, stay slightly bent at the top of that rep.
Set number 2 of 3. All right, now, if you're confident in your form, your angle, your movement quality, your technique, now is the time to think about leveling up in your weight or stretching your reps. This is your last set. When I first programmed the Bulgarian hamstring curl superset, I thought, like, what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking? But getting down to it, those two movements really can complement one another, especially if you're more glute focused in that Bulgarian move. And then taking it over into the hamstring curls, putting most of that focus in the hamstring activation. So, am I crazy enough to go with 20s? I guess so. Good. Just keep thinking in the back of your mind, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Here we go, gang. Last set, best set. We're more than halfway there. This one, so good for my postpartum mamas. Doesn't matter if your kid's 7 months or 17. All right, let's get a little bit of room in our space. All right, first set of work, lying kickbacks. You can use the cable machine with an ankle strap if you're at the gym, standing, or the same position that I'm taking. I love the resistance band version of the movement. It forces so much more control. Probably a little less stability, but like way more control. 8 to 10 reps each. We're gonna go right from one movement into the next, working different parts of the glutes. One side, getting that inevitable rest. I love the time under tension with this, when you're really in control, not letting gravity slingshot you. No, I love this so much. We maxed out in our hip thrust, but the 10-pound dumbbell on a standing glute raise is what's gonna keep me shaking. Right into superset number 2, or set 2 of this superset. Third superset of the day.
Damn. Guess what? We got one more set. That's what we got. Quick little sip of water. Quick little shakeout. Here we go. We've got 10 reps here, 8 to 10 over there, twice. Then we out. Here we go, last set. Last set of 10. Breathe through that shaking with me. Go hydrate. Eat, stretch, move outside of this workout today. Get your protein, get your carbs, manage your stress, get enough sleep. Go slay the rest of your day. Don't just get through the day. Don't just get through the week. Find some way to go slay the day. That's literally the whole point. The point of us being here is not to just survive. It's not to just get through it. It's not to just hit fast forward. It's to be here and thrive and slay everything you attempt to do. You have no regrets when you do that. I will see you next time.